We had a dream, but now we had to give it up. BareBare is a warm Tiki 38. She's laying in the middle of the paradise and she seriously needs some love. Just so much snow. So we're gonna go from this, well, it's a paradise of snow here, to another kind of paradise in the middle of the Pacific. To achieve our dream, we decided to build a boat in Norway. A boat which we could dismantle, ship in a container to Tahiti, and then assemble her there. This way we could start sailing in the middle of paradise. In 2019, we actually did it. And here we are unloading BareBare from the container in Tahiti. Soon we were able to go sailing in one of the most beautiful parts of the world. We sailed along the south side of Tahiti and crossed to Moorea. And we seriously found what we were looking for in Tahiti and Moorea. Crystal clear turquoise water to swim in, blue sky, nature in all green shades, and friendly people. From Moorea we sailed 100 nautical miles overnight to Huaina, the island we immediately ended up fall completely in love with. But after 4 months in our new paradise, we had to leave the island Huaina and our little ship and go back to Norway to work. Our plan was to return 6 months later in the spring of 2020. Then sadly, the terrible pandemic arrived and it changed the life for all of us. And we were not able to go back to BareBare for 3 very long years. When we finally were able to return in June 2022, nature had taken its toll on our beautiful little ship. She needed a lot of repairing, maintenance and love. So during the season of 2022 and 2023, we carried out a lot of small and big, or let's even say huge, tasks to make BareBare into a well-functional boat again and ready to sail. We did a lot of short distance sailing in the lagoon of Huaina before we set out for the crossing. 20 nautical miles from pass to pass, from Huaina to Raiatea. We had a fantastic crossing with beautiful weather and perfect wind. We smiled and laughed as we said farewell to the coastline of Huaina and hello to the new adventures in Raiatea. BareBare behaved wonderful in the waves. We could feel her happiness. We arrived at the lagoon of Raiatea and sailed to the little marina looking towards Bora Bora. BareBare now had its safe spot moored in between other boats with friendly and helpful employees working at the marina. Raiatea is in the middle of paradise, just 20 nautical miles from Bora Bora and about the same to Huaina. It's 180 nautical miles to Tuamotu Islands, 100 nautical miles to Tahiti, and 550 nautical miles to Cook Islands. BareBare is 38 feet long and 6 meters wide. In 2019, we built a roof that covered the seating area and the galley. The absolute best feature of BareBare is the fantastic view you get from everywhere around the boat. 180 degrees, or actually more, just moving your head or eyes just a little. Our big table can easily set 10 people and a wonderful place to sit and enjoy sunrise or sunset. We would make our sunset cocktails and would repeat again and again and again. It is so beautiful. It is just so beautiful. With this view, you immediately catch a sight of the little turtle that would swim around, the whales playing in the paths, or even curious swimmers which we would invite on board on our so very different little ship. We mounted side panels underneath the roof against sun and rain, and when rain arrived, we could quickly drop the panels down. We would still have the view from the rear end of the boat, watching the rain pouring down, and as quickly as it came, it would stop and the sun would be shining again. Our galley is outside and underneath the roof. The blue box contains 2 drawers for storing food and cutlery. The orange is a combined cooking area and also contains a sink for doing the dishes. And it's also a great place to sit while sailing. The port main cabin contains a nice double bed with small shelves on the sides. We have opened up to the front to what originally was a small cabin. This gives us good ventilation. We also have 2 portholes in this cabin. On the side we hang our local shirts and dresses. In the rear end we have a small table and a seat, and take an extra look at the custom-made wallpaper. It's a charming cabin and a nice place to rest on hot days or stay in bed a little longer when pouring down rain. By the table you can read or write. The port forward cabin is where we store our 10 sails, extra ropes and blocks for rigging and other bits and pieces for the boat. The starboard forward cabin contains a nice wide single bed with a shelf on one side and a seat. All cabins have its own hatch, which actually gives the crew private space. The starboard main cabin basically has the same design as the port main cabin. Here we have rolled up the mattress to keep it out of the way because we have used it as a workshop for some time. Underneath the bed we have stored all things needed to work on BareBare. It's paint, epoxy, etc. In the back of each hull we have a head, the only luxury on board. 2 toilets. Unbelievable. In one of the heads we store small bits and pieces and also diving masks, flippers and fishing equipment. There's still room for sunscreen, cream, medicines, toothbrushes, etc. One of my favorite places is on the foredeck. I like to sit here and enjoy the sunrise or set, drinking coffee with vanilla sugar, locally grown vanilla, in the morning, or with the sunset cocktail, or even when getting up in the middle of the night, watching the full moon or stars shooting. In between the hulls in the back, we have the brand new Mariner 15 horsepower outboard. Our platform in the rear end has triple use. It is used when entering the dinghy or going on board after a trip ashore. It's used to hoist the dinghy at night, but most important, it is used as a swimming platform. And I must add, it is used several times during the day. I would often start in the morning, pushing out the dinghy slowly and then entering the 27 degrees Celsius water myself, sometimes as early as 6 o'clock in the morning. I love that swimming platform. And when my newly painted pareo needed 10 minutes in salt water, what place was better to do it? From the swimming platform, it was easy to explore the life that evolved close to BareBare. Millions of fish in all colors that happily enjoy the life created around our little ship. Snorkeling in the warm and wonderful lagoon is something everyone should experience at least once in their lifetime. And now I wonder, are you the person to keep this wonderful dream alive? Would you like to first of all repair BareBare, and while doing it, enjoying the marvelous and fantastic and beautiful world of French Polynesia, the fish, the whales, the nature, the people? And why are we selling our dream? Well, just before we left Raiatea in October, after we had done 2 months of work, we found some rot in the boat and realized with rather sad hearts that it was too much work for us, living too far away from our little ship. The distance Norway to French Polynesia is half the way around the world. We have no idea which price to set on BareBare. It is up to whatever someone out there is willing to pay. But we do need to find a solution for our little ship. If you are interested, please get